Okay, I actually have, like, reasons to believe that Itto could be, like, the best character. So, please don't just see this video and think I'm simping for Itto, even though I totally am simping for Itto. But before we get into this video, could you guys please subscribe? It really helped me out a lot, and let's get back into the video. Let's start off with saying Hu Tao is probably, at C0, I would say the best character in the game, best main DPS character. She's really hard to beat. Like, there's no other character that outputs as much damage at the same rate that she does. And what character is coming right before Itto will? Oh yeah, Hu Tao. And honestly, I think that we could see Ganyu as the next rerun in 2.3. So in 2.3, if we get Ganyu's rerun, I feel like Itto is definitely going to be the best main DPS in the game, because they're trying to milk the sales right out of Ganyu and Hu Tao right before they replace them with Itto. So that way, everyone summons on Itto thinking, oh yeah, well this is the best DPS now, so we have to summon on Itto because he's the best. Not only that, thinking, oh well, these two banners could possibly, one of them's guaranteed to come before Itto comes out, and she's arguably the better one. We could see Itto being like the top tier character of the game, like the next Ganyu. Another reason I think this is because Kokomi was the worst selling character that they've ever created, and she was underpowered, but she looked amazing. So what happens if they make a character who's overpowered and looks amazing? I want to say that this video, it's not necessarily like complete factual. Obviously I believe that Ganyu's gonna get her rerun in 2.3 before Itto, but I don't know. I haven't looked at leaks for banners or anything, and yeah, that's the reason why I'm recording the video. The maintenance is about to happen. So if you don't think that they would do something like that and milk the DPS, like the two best DPS game characters in the game, then, or at least have trap banners. Well, these are called trap banners when they have characters that are really good, or have deals that are really good right before a character that outclasses them or a hype celebration starts. So I play Dokkan as my second gacha game that I play. I don't really play any others. But Dokkan, what they do in Global's anniversary is they give the stupidest sale ever, where it's do 3 summons and you're guaranteed a featured unit. That could be literally any character on the banner. And I believe it's around 8 characters, because there's a 1 non-Dokkan Fest exclusive, and you have a 1 in 8 chance of pulling the new unit. That's over a 10% chance of pulling the new unit. And they do that every year right before the anniversary now. So then when the anniversary comes, people have used a bit of their stones to try and get that unit, so they don't have that many stones saved up before the anniversary. Worldwide download celebration is the biggest, or the second biggest celebration of Dokkan, and they do the exact same deal right before that. So those are considered trap banners. You don't want to summon on them, even though they're really good deals, because that's less stones you have to summon on the new characters that are super hype. And then also, Staff of Home is coming back with Hu Tao, so there could also be another reason. This could also be a trap banner. Basically, the weapon banners are always trap banners. Itto has the chance to be the anniversary character that we all wanted. Other than that other one that was not really that good. They released this other character. Not many people heard about her, but there's no real reason. She was kind of underwhelming. Yeah, that anniversary character. I think Itto's the real anniversary character. I feel like we're gonna get Itto as the real anniversary character. But yeah, you know, speaking of Kokomi, she had the worst sales ever. Another reason I think Itto could literally be the best character in the game is because they overreact, because they made I don't know how much money they made on Raiden, but they made the most money on Raiden Shogun as a character. They made the most money with Raiden. And guess what she has? Character design, story, and she has, like, she's decent. She's not bad like Kokomi. Whereas Itto, we don't have story. So what can they do to compensate for not having story? Oh, well, they can make him the most freaking broken character in the game. Right before he comes out, they could even put out a Ganyu banner. And then Kokomi being the worst selling character, they're gonna overreact and have him be the best character because, oh, we can't sell bad characters if they're bad, so we actually need to make this character really good. So we're gonna overreact and make him the best. They obviously don't want to overreact and make him the best, or I guess they kind of would if they were doing it like I say they are, and they're having Hu Tao be first. If Ganyu gets her rerun along with Itto being released, I'm gonna say it now. Itto's probably pretty good. While I do say this is all speculation by me. Please don't try and use this as like actual evidence to like, oh man, this makes so much sense. Yeah, no, please don't, because they could totally. This is MiHoYo, man. They gave out 2 multis for freaking anniversary. Are you serious? Wow, Itto, isn't he such a great guy, man? Look at this. You know, he's like super good. He's like a physical main DPS. I mean, it's almost like we just had one of those in 1.6. Oh my god, I really hope he's not a physical main DPS, because honestly, at least let him have something, because I'm gonna be honest, they gotta give him some high multipliers even if he's Geo. If he's a Geo main DPS where it converts his damage to Geo, they could do a mechanic where if like he crystallizes an element, he then hits with that element for like 10 seconds. But then that would be like, well, what would you put on him then? Because at that point your goblet would almost be useless. Itto has to be like at least good. I don't feel like they're gonna do another Kokomi. So anybody who's saving up for Itto, please do remember that he might not even be a main DPS, because I mean, you look at Ball, you think she's gonna be a main DPS, and then they make her a sub DPS. You look at Zhongli, you think he's gonna be a DPS, and he's gonna be the John Wick of anime. And then they make him like a support character, and then everyone gets mad. So I would like to point out the fact that we literally had this exact situation happen almost, where Zhongli was underpowered by people's standards of DPS, and then they released Ganyu like 2 banners afterwards. Not even 2 banners, it was Albedo and then Ganyu. So Ganyu just became the queen of DPS until Hu Tao came out. It's kind of weird how we haven't gotten like a game-breaking main DPS, considering it was literally 2.2 and 1.2 and then 1.3, where we had like the 2 game-breaking DPSs, and then we went all these updates without a single main DPS being like even close to them comparatively. Eula is close to them. Also, I'm not counting Zhao because it was the same update as Hu Tao. But Eula's close, but she's not that good compared if you're like using her just as like a straight main DPS, where if you don't have this up, then basically a lot of your damage is just coming from this, which can hit hard, but not as hard as Hu Tao doing her charge attacks for 100k each time. And then Ganyu, she just fires a 70k and then 30k, or no, she fires a 30k shot and then a 70k shot comes afterwards, because of her charge attacks. And if you C6 her, she could do it 3 times. In terms of main DPSs, it feels like we've gone backwards instead of like forward with our main DPSs. Because support characters, we have Kazuha, and then we have Ayaka with even support with her ult that does a same amount of damage, being a burst DPS ult. And then we have Raiden Shogun as a sub DPS, which she's really just not that good at all. So like any character that we rely to do damage, it's kind of like we've kind of seen a regression in how they function, and it's kind of weird. And if this keeps up, then the game's just not gonna be fun, because there's gonna be no reason to summon for these new characters, because there's like, oh well, we have this unit that came out like however many months ago, and there's no reason to summon for these new characters because they're all just worse. So unless you really like the characters, which, I mean, Itto, we don't even know any of his story. Like, we know nothing about Itto. He has a couple voice lines in the game. This is Ball's voice line on Itto.
Who? 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 Who?
Okay, so we have two things for Yoimiya's.
Oh, he may look scary, but he is very popular
Where
with children.
she's just...
However,
He's a fine character.
Arataki is getting... Huh?
And apparently he's in a
Too
gang.
much free time in his hands?
Apparently he's in a gang. I don't know. This is... Like, if they keep doing this with characters, like, there's no reason to summon. There's no hype characters coming out. And I feel like they need to at least make these characters good. Because I feel like Itto will be good, but I don't feel like we're gonna see that much from him in terms of his story until we, like, actually... Even a story quest, really, it doesn't help that character that much. Like, when we got to see Ayaka, she's just an uninteresting character to me, but other people were like, oh my god, she's amazing. I feel like a story quest isn't enough. We actually have to learn about the character and, like, their backstory from, like, a summary of who they are, not like voice lines that we read in game that no one actually looks at on purpose. I really hope they don't pass it off as Ball was just, like, so, like, hype, and they had people summoned for so many people summoned for Ball over Kokomi, because that is a poor decision if they go that route, and they just don't blame anybody for making Kokomi that bad. They have to learn from their mistakes. There's no way that they just pass this off. Itto has the chance to be the best character in the game, but then he also has the chance to be like a mid character in the game, and he's just a physical DPS copy of Eula that doesn't do burst damage. He has the chance for that, and if that's what happens, then I'm sorry, I got your hopes up. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I just wanted to share my thoughts on Itto and how good he was. So yeah. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Make sure to like and subscribe if you did enjoy, and bye.